Hello, we're back.
Hi.
We decided to make one more. This
Mm-hmm.
one's going to be on a more serious topic. So, welcome to Shai's Diaries.
What are we close
I'm Shai. This is MTG, and this is Pretty P right here. Say hello.
Hi.
So, this segment is going to be called Daddies.
Fathers, don't get thrown out
Yeah, freaky, not freaky nasties. Um, so who wants to start? Yeah, I'll start. So, how I feel about my father is he comes in and out of my life. At first, when I was younger, I used to feel a little bit jealous of this one because she had a relationship with her father, that something I didn't have. And I mean, a I have a father figure in the house. He's been my dad since I was like 8, and he's always been there. Do love him, just don't show it as much, but he's there all the time. But
I think you always desire
your natural father. Yeah, that's true. So I would always get semi jealous of her because she was able to talk to her dad, call him up whenever, and talk. And I keep kissing my baby. Always was able to call up her father and talk to him, and just have that luxury of doing that where I didn't. And so I'm gonna say like last year, around the middle of last year, I got in contact with my twin brother on MySpace, and he's like, "Sis, we've been looking for you." Da, da, da. And I was like, "Oh my God, Dad's been trying to." He's like, "Dad's been trying to get in contact with you." I started crying in the middle of Bible study. I was like, "Mom, my dad called me." And I was so overwhelmed with emotion because I mean, you always yearn for that father figure. I'm not trying to say that any problems that happened in my life is a result of not having the father in the picture, because that is such a big stereotype and people always use that as an excuse. But with that, I was just so excited and overwhelmed with emotion because I was just like, "Oh, my daddy, he contacted me. He still loves me." Because you always look for that love from a male figure that's your father. So, um, but the problem now is we're like in and out of contact. I'm always busy, and then like he's always changing his number. So every 3 months, every 6 months, we lose contact, lose his number. So I have to go back on MySpace and get get the information, get his number again. And it's just like crazy stuff. Like I had one time I had called and some female answered the phone like, "Don't be calling this number anymore. He don't want you." They're just like talking over the head. I'm just like, man. And I was stupid enough to like listen to it and let it affect me, but still, um, I wish I had a better relationship with my father.
A lot of things what happens with fathers is like they I think that some of them desire to have a relationship with you, but when you have so much lost time in between,
They feel like they
they don't.
make up.
Yeah, they don't know how to make up for that time. And that's just my guess on it is that they don't know how to make up on that time, and so it's not that they don't want to have that relationship with you, but it's hard for them to go back. It's hard for them to make up for all the time that's lost. All you can do is start from beginning to end. But for them, sometimes they have their families or they have their life and they just kind of live their life and they're just doing their thing, and that's because that's just how it's always been, and it's unfortunate.
Oh, right, because I'm about to start crying too.
This is a touchy subject, but it's a good subject because this is something that can minister to someone else that are they're having issues with their natural fathers or their dads. God always sends somebody into your life that not takes the place of your father, but they are able to pour into your life. And you can never depend on man to fill that empty space that you have in your life, no matter who it is. Even your natural father, if they came in, they're going to disappoint you in some kind of way. And I can remember a time, probably when I was in junior high school and I lived in Oakland, and my dad has always been in my life from the time I was little all the way up. But during that time when I was in junior high school, he started like doing disappearing acts. And I told my mom. So my mom called him and said, "Hey, your daughter's having a problem with you not showing up." And my dad showed up. He had this little, we called it a ghost car, because this ghost car would continue running after he turned the key off. Anyway, I remember sitting in the car with my dad, and he was like, "What's going on? Your mom told me that you was having a problem." And I said, "Yeah, because I'm used to you being around, and you haven't been calling me. You haven't, stayed in touch with me." And I just kind of laid it out there. And that was the first time I saw my dad cry. And he cried, and I looked at him like he's crazy. Like, what's wrong with you? I looked at him, and I knew that my dad cared for me. Not just because of the tears, but because it was important to him that it was important to him when my mom told him what was going on. He tried to fix it the best way he can. And over the years, he's been a good father throughout the years. But fathers, mothers, people that you love, they always disappoint you because we're human. Some people don't mean to disappoint you, but sometimes they do, and we have to learn from those. What will help you is the things that you won't be that kind of mother, and whoever the father of your children are, hopefully your husband. And
no, not hopefully, will be.
Okay, amen.
Speak that into my life.
So your husband, you will make sure that, okay, honey, this is how you have to do this. You're gonna help, teach him. I remember when this is when I missed this. So you'll know how to, make sure that he has a good relationship. Of course, you can't be a referee.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't be a referee, and you can't make them do anything, but you'll know how to kind of like guide them and give them a perspective for them to do better. But the crazy part about it, I don't have any regrets with me and my father. My father is now in the hospital. He's been diagnosed with liver cancer, and it's very, very hard for me. And I've been on this emotional roller coaster up and down. I literally had a meltdown. Probably was it day before yesterday? I don't even know what day it was. But I had a meltdown. I was just driving home, and I just was reflecting on my relationship with my dad. I have no regrets, but and I have faith that God can heal him, but I don't know what God's plan is. And not knowing what God's plan is, and the fact that God decides to just take him, I have to live with that. And having to live with that is so hurtful. So my heart is hurting. I've been through this with my mom, and so that's the scary part, because I don't want to feel the pain. But I literally had a meltdown, and I cried. I couldn't stop crying. I was wiping my tears and crying and crying, and I was just hurting. And so I think it's important. You do everything that you can in your power. You have a father to reach them. If they don't reach out to you, there's nothing that you can do. You just love them from where they allow you to love them. But it's the good thing is if you do everything in your power, you will never have any regrets. Man.
That has been a serious segment.
I think we should have a part two. There's a lot that we didn't cover in
like how I was talking about it in the beginning, how girls will use it. It'll continue because you have 2 minutes on YouTube. A lot of girls, they'll use the excuse, I'm doing this, I'm acting out like this because my father wasn't in my life. But I mean, you have to get past that. I know people, you desire that type of relationship with your father, but sometimes the world isn't perfect, so you're not going to get everything that you want. So you just have to assess the problem and deal with it and move on with life and not let that affect your life. But we're going to make a part 2. That has been the segment of Shai's Diaries. Thank you for watching.
Please comment. Those of you that have fathers that's not in your life, kind of get that out. Don't hold on to that, because you don't want to go through life having all this going on and holding on to it. So let's hope that whatever we say here on this video cam Shai's Diary, that it helps you.
Yeah, so comment, subscribe, ask questions, recommend topics that you want to hear us talk about, and yeah, that's it. Bye. Thank you for watching.